Guys, Big Hero Productions here with you today, and today I have a really awesome figure review today. Today I'm reviewing the Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Stay tuned. Now usually I wait to unbox these figures, but I couldn't help myself. This guy looked so awesome in the packaging, and I mean the box art's amazing, the figure's amazing. I'm surprised when it comes to details because this guy's really good. I was actually thinking of painting him silver, to make him look more metallic, because 70% of his body is gray. But I mean, he looks great. I don't have to do that. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I don't plan on doing it, considering that he looks great. The details are amazing, and I got this guy for $60, and I'm gonna be honest. I think so far it's worth those $60. I mean, he looks really awesome, and he looks a lot better than a lot of the mainline AOE figures, because those were based off of the concept art, versus this guy was based off of the thing in the actual movie because it came out after the movie. And I will say that I feel like this is the most accurate AOE transformer that we have gotten. Off the bat, the box is ginormous considering the figure's size, but stature-wise, I mean, the figure deserves a box like this, especially when you're talking about the Knight Optimus Prime. We have a picture of Optimus Prime in the right here, and I gotta say, it looks amazing. I mean, the box art is out of this world. Transformers Studio Series, Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime, Hasbro. We got a picture on this side of his shoulder, and Studio Series, Leader Class. It's a Leader Class figure. Really great when it comes to box art. And then on the back side, Snake Eyes, stay over there. Anyway, box art, again, really amazing. A picture of the figure. 44 steps, believe it or not, that is a lot of steps. I transformed it before the video, and it's a pretty complex process. I mean, but I guess that's what you get. You get a transformer that is more humanoid and less boxy like the original Transformers. So, I mean, but it's a really fun process. And then we have a description. Optimus battles Lockdown as he is hunted by Cemetery Wind. And then it in different languages. And then same thing on the other side. And then Optimus Prime, Transformers, Studio Series, Transformers, Age of Extinction. And that's pretty much it for the box art. It's pretty straightforward, yet it looks really awesome. And yeah, let's get into accessories. I'm just going to add this as an accessory. It comes with the figure. It's his backpack, or his, I think it's basically a backpack. I took it off because behind this, there's a more accurate looking Optimus Prime. Back here, I'll show you. This is the back of him, and this is what he looks like in the movie. That's what his back looks like in the movie. And so I figured that looks so much cooler than this. And I gotta be honest, it's fairly simple. Like, it's basically just the HUD of the truck, the hood, the windshield. But yeah, I mean, still looks pretty awesome though. The paint looks really good. I mean, and then this is where we would put the sword and the shield, and that's where we would store it, right there. Next up, we have the sword. I did have to super glue the hilt to the crossguard because the hilt kept coming out. And so, because of that, I just decided, you know what? I'm going to super glue this so it never comes out. And it's one ginormous sword. Gotta say, let me get it to focus. There we go, I sort of got it to focus. I gotta say, the paint on this figure, or on this sword, it's kind of lacking when it comes to paint. It's just red and gray. But I will say the detail is really nice. The sculpt is really nice. It's very accurate to the movie, which is nice. Next up, we have the blade. or his wrist blade that is seen in movies 1 through 3 and is only shown in this movie for about 3 seconds. It's silver, which in the movie it's orange because it's an energon blade that comes from his wrist. But I get silver is an interesting choice, but I gotta say it's very shiny, which is nice. So yeah, and he can also hold it and plug it into his wrist because he hit the hilt's long enough, which is nice. Lastly, but definitely not least, we have the shield, and I also gotta say that the shield is lacking when it comes to paint. In the movie, there's also blue on the shield, and so it's basically just gray and red, which isn't bad, but I don't know, it's not. It's just not. It's definitely just really gray, I guess. I guess it could use a little bit more paint. Another thing that I really like about this shield is that it comes apart and you can create it can turn into the blaster like in the movie. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, it's very difficult. Oh, come on. There we go. And it goes into the outer pegs like this, exposing the blaster. I don't necessarily like the fact that it's a peg-in. I mean, it's not bad. It's for sure not bad. It looks really good. It's just, I guess it would be easier if it was easier to move anyway, if it was a hinge, although I can see how that could get a little bit technical. But still really cool though. The detail on the blaster looks cool. If I did have to touch up on paint, I probably would touch up on the shield, because I guess there could be a little bit more paint when it comes to the shield, you know? But, yeah. And then lastly, we have the sheath for the sword. It goes on the backpack like this, or the peg, I guess, as it's called. And it just goes in, drops in like that. I gotta say it's kind of loose, but if you just push it in enough, it doesn't get loose and it's snug. But yeah, that's basically it for gripes about the figure. I don't really like complaining about figures, considering that, you know, I usually try to buy figures that I will enjoy and have the capacity to make lots of stop motions out of. But I only have a couple gripes with this figure. One of which, sometimes if you mess with the arm too much, this will come out like this. Sometimes, yeah, that happens if you mess with it too much. It's not a big deal, but it happens. And another thing is also the smokestacks on the side. It kind of defeats the purpose of having smokestacks here, although these are technically the fake ones. It's not bad, but it's not a bad thing, but it's just not accurate to the movie. I don't really like griping about minor things like that, but I mean, it is something. And then also the fact that the back of his legs look extra thick because it's the top of the car, but it's not really that big a deal, honestly. But yeah, other than those things, this figure's spot on. That, and it could definitely use a little bit more paint when it comes to the accessories, but other than that, this figure it's pretty great. Get into articulation. So first we obviously have the head. It goes up, it's on a ball joint, so it can go 360, although it's limited because of the armor, I guess, right there. But it can go side to side, up and down. Not really up much, because the back of the head kind of limits it, but it can go all sorts of ways because it's a ball joint. Although if I detach the head, and then, I don't know, like for stop motion, detach the head, use some like putty or something, and then put it on the putty, then I can elevate the head, allowing it to get to better movement. But yeah, that's yeah. The next up we have the arms. It's a 360 rotation. It goes up here. Oops. This far, which is pretty far, and then we also have the shoulder piece rotation, which can go up and down like this, side to side, and up and down here. So lots of articulation there. Double jointed elbows, which is really nice. The double jointed elbows are used in the transformation, but it's also nice because it can be used for, you know, that sort of posing and everything. We also have the bicep swivel. We have a hand that can swivel. It can move down like this, and it actually can open and close, which is really nice. For the chest, there isn't really any crunch, but it can move. It can swivel down here if you lift all of this up, because it requires that for the stop motion, or for the transformation. Yeah, and then this is a 90-degree turn. It's at 90 degrees because this gets in the way. And then it's also a thigh swivel. And then for toes, it doesn't go up, but it goes down because it requires that for transformation. Same thing with the backside. And then it also can go like this, which is really cool. So I can get into really good poses with this figure. And it also can do the splits, I forgot to mention. And then you can kick out this far. And then if you, yeah, that's pretty much it. And it can go backwards about this far. And yeah, that's basically it when it comes to articulation. Now, let's get into scaling. So here he is next to the Universal Studios Deluxe Class Bumblebee. And I will say that Optimus is taller than Bumblebee, which is nice, but I feel like Optimus is slightly too short, although this is a deluxe class figure and this is a leader class, so obviously they're in different scales, but I mean, at least Optimus is taller than Bumblebee. That's all that really matters when it comes to stop motion. If they were the same size, that would not be good, because then that would mean that it's out of scale, but they scale pretty well, considering that they're different classes or scales. But yeah, and then here he is next to Ryu, which is basically just an average 6-inch figure. So he's probably about 6.7 inches when it comes to that. And then I guess I can put him next to the RX-78-2 Bandai Namco robot. This is master grade. Yeah, so this guy's taller, but he scales pretty well with him as well. So yeah, that's it for scaling. I'm going to transform this guy, so stay tuned. So here he is in his truck mode, and I gotta be honest, this looks freaking awesome. I mean, the paint is great. We got the Autobot logo right there, which is out of this world. I mean, I remember when I was like really young and I watched the Transformers movie, the Age of Extinction movie, for the first time. I think I got it. I think we have it on DVD actually, and I remember seeing it for the first time, and I gotta say, I remember seeing Optimus turn into his truck mode, his night mode, scanning the semi-truck and becoming Night Optimus Prime, and I gotta be honest, that was probably my favorite part, and I think that's why I love the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime more than most of the other Transformers movies. I mean, granted, it's not the best Transformers movie, but I like it over a lot of the other Transformers movies just because of the nostalgia of seeing Optimus Prime switch to his night mode, and I gotta be honest, they've really captured that here. I mean, the paint looks great. They could have used a little bit more silver paint when it comes to the sides, but I mean, it still looks really great. Back looks good. It's kind of like it's not like it's not sealed, the backside, which is different when it comes to a lot of the other Optimus Prime figures. But I gotta be honest, I think this is probably one of my favorite alt modes. Definitely much bigger than a lot of the other Transformer alt modes that back when I did have the Byway 1022 Optimus Prime that broke, sad, rest in peace. This is actually a lot bigger than that, which is nice, and I actually want to compare it next to Bumblebee to see if it works. I gotta be honest, guys, they scale so well together. I mean, they look awesome. Here, let me pose it so they just kind of, yeah, there you go. Look at that. You have Optimus Prime and his sidekick, Bumblebee. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, the amount of nostalgia that I'm getting right now is just crazy. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, honestly. Like, this is so cool. I can't even get over how cool this is. I also forgot to mention, you can put the weapon, you can store the weapons on the car here, so I'll show you that right now. So the sword, here, I'll just do it separately. So the sword goes in the peg like this, and it goes in like that. There you go, really nice. And then the shield, I could collapse it, but I'm not going to, just for the purpose of time and getting it done. The peg goes in here like that. And then there you go. And then you can also store the blade on the blade on the side right here on this tiny little peg. It goes right there. And then you just push it in. It's a tight fit, but it works. There you go. And there he is next to Bumblebee with all of his weapons, and then Bumblebee with his gun. There you go. And there you go. That's Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. And I gotta say, they look pretty awesome together. I do prefer Bumblebee without his gun on top, though, because it looks kind of clunky. That's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys like this one. I definitely for sure like this one. If I had to give this figure a rating, I'd probably give it an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I can't really decide which one I like more, or if I want to give it a 9 or an 8.5. I also forgot to mention his feet right here. Let me show you. Here, the sword fell out. His feet right here, when they open up, this piece falls out sometimes, and it's really, it can be temperamental because it'll just fall out randomly. But I mean, besides that and a couple of other things that I covered earlier in the video, this figure is really great. And I will be putting an affiliate link down in the description for this figure. Please click on it. If you buy anything, just use my link. I get a small commission from the things that you purchase off of that link, at no cost of you, of course, but it really helps my channel out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys did that, so because it allows me to purchase figures like this. So thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys until next time. Roll out.